Another random day of improving my English speaking skills while I talk about anything random. But today I'm gonna give you all a presentation. So let's start. Hi everyone. Today we are going to explore a very important topic that helps in our everyday life and progress: creativity and innovation. We often use these two terms interchangeably even though they have the different meanings. So, today we are going to break this down into mainly three pillars, and firstly we will learn what is the actual meaning of these two terms. Secondly, we will learn how an idea moves from our mind to the world. And thirdly, we will learn how you can personally create and sharpen your own creative edge. Let's start. What is the actual meaning of these two terms? Let me explain. First of all, creativity. It is a seed. It is our own internal ability to think about something that was not already there. It means thinking out of the box. And innovation is using that creative idea to produce something new, something tangible or unique, like a new product. So, creativity is thinking of something new, and innovation is doing something new. And let's move forward to the next pillar: how an idea moves from our mind to the world. So, basically, it's a process, it's a cyclic process. It is not a step by step process, it is a step by step process, but it's a loop. Okay, let's start with it. It starts with the preparation and incubation phase, in which we gather all the information we need. We let the idea simmer in our mind. We let that idea grow in our mind for some time. Then we move to the next phase called insights and evaluation, in which phase we evaluate. We see whether this idea will actually work or not. We will calculate the risk associated with it. We will calculate the cost, etc. Then comes the next phase called implementation phase. In this phase, we turn that it is a practical phase in which we turn that idea into our reality, into our actual product. Once it is done, then comes the last phase of creativity cycle, that is iterative cycle, in which we rethink about it, our idea, we reform, we rethink, and we revise. We check whether if this product goes into the market, then will it work or not. If it works, then we deploy that product and we send them to the market. Otherwise, we move to the first phase, preparation and incubation phase again. Now that we know it is a iterative cycle, it's a loop, so there must be some barriers associated with it. Let's explore what are the creativity barriers. The very first is psychological barriers. Second is resource barrier, environmental barrier, cultural barrier, and organizational barriers. Psychological barrier means the fear of judgment. Resource barrier is not having right resources and enough time to work on that idea. Environmental barrier is when we live in a environment where the thinking is very limited. Not actually people are exploring lot of things. Cultural barriers, When people have the mentality that is, we have always done it this way, and organizational barriers, rigid hierarchies in organization, and that does not accept new ideas. Now, once we know what are the barriers, the very first step should be what are the we should identify the barriers, then we can work on it. Okay, so now we know there are barriers associated with creativity and innovation. So there must be some way to tackle with them, right? So that is developing your own creative edge, own creativity. We need to work on ourselves to eliminate those barriers, right? So what we can do, the very first thing we can do is brainstorming and mind mapping. Let the idea come out of your mind onto your paper. Whenever the idea strike, write it on your paper, make a mind maps. Okay, the second way is creativity journal. Whenever the idea strikes, write it onto something. If you are having pen and paper, write it on your pen and paper. If you have phone, write it in the notes or wherever you want, so that you won't forget it after. Then we have curiosity and questioning. Never stop being curious and never stop questioning. Why is it this way, and how we can change it? Is there any other way that we can change it? Lateral thinking, thinking out of the box. If we can't enter through the door, can we enter through the window? This way. And lastly, exposure to diversity. This is the most important. In life, in study, everywhere, always be ready to explore diverse diversity. Like, always be open to new minds, new opinions, new perspectives, because it helps you to think better. And that's all. So we can say as a conclusion that creativity is all about thinking about something new that was not already there, and innovation is doing new things, working on new things. So thank you so much. Bye bye.